Hey, I'm Candace Cruz, and we are at a historical Miss Teen USA because for the first time ever, it will be airing live on the CW tonight. And tonight, one lucky lady out of 51 contestants will be crowned the next Miss Teen USA. I got to talk to some of the judges and the hosts. The carpet starts right now. It's an amazing time to be on the opposite side because you're Miss Teen USA in 2019, and that was a monumental year for you. First, three Miss America, Miss USA, and Miss Teen USA to be Black women. That was monumental. What is your piece of wisdom that you want to impart to the next Miss Teen USA?
To the next Miss Teen USA, I think it's really obviously take in your year, take in your reign, but remember to keep those close connections that you're going to make throughout your reign, because I have, and that is how I've gotten to be where I am today, and continue in my modeling career, continue in my journalist career as well. And so it's really making those connections, and even like a few weeks after you meet them, just saying, hey, it was really nice to meet you. Keeping those connections is just very important to then, once you give up your title, to then continue your career forward.
Absolutely. And what is the one quality that you're looking for in the girl that you're crowning tonight?
For me, I think somebody who is just honestly themselves. You could be quirky, you can be quiet, you can be all of these things, but as long as you're being true to who you are, I think that really comes across, and that gives me who my it girl is.
Congratulations on your title. And you've had your title for
Almost 3 months.
3 months. So what have you been doing? You've been very busy, I'm sure, for the last 3 months.
Oh my goodness, I've been so busy. Every day I'm telling the organization, let's keep me busy, let's do this. So they've sent me to Texas, to Virginia, I was in California, now I'm here. Like, I've had the best time. And I always say now I've had the most unique reign, I think, in history.
Absolutely. And what, going into the next year, you're going to be crowning your successor in just a couple of days. What is your best piece of advice to whoever crowns and goes on to Miss Universe?
I've been telling all the delegates that being Miss USA, this job is about being a lending hand and showing compassion just for every girl that steps into this pageant industry, but also it's a job to be of a community service. And I'm just so excited for the next girl to go to Miss Universe. I think that's so amazing, and she knows I'm going to be here for her, just rooting for her.
Absolutely. Congratulations on your title as well. That's huge because it was monumental for you. You were the first Indian American to actually go and compete at Miss World. What was that like?
It was amazing. What a huge honor to represent my beautiful country, America. And you know, it's a title that you get identified with for the rest of your life. So I just really want to be of service as much as possible. I've been to 34 states, 14 countries with this title and with the service work. I talk about overcoming heart surgery for a pacemaker implant, being a burn survivor, and just instilling confidence in whoever I meet, inspiring messages of resilience, hope, kindness. And I'm just so thankful for Layla Rose for inviting me tonight to be a Miss Teen USA judge. These girls are just fantastic, and I hope that they continue to serve in their state, because even though there's one winner tonight, all of them are worthy, and they need to continue the legacy of service.
Because you're in a completely different field of pageantry. Is this your first venture into pageantry, and what have you expected or surprises that you've had through this?
Yeah, so this is kind of my first, I guess, deep venture into pageantry. I did one pageant when I was a little child,
Love it.
but never did anything since then. So finally kind of getting back into it. But I think this weekend was kind of full of surprises and unexpected things, just really getting so much time with the girls between the different events and kind of learning more about them. I felt like I really got to know so many of them. And so I think that was just really amazing to actually have those moments with them. And yeah, really just get to see what they're passionate about.
Well, you are so incredible to be the youngest pro dancer on Dancing with the Stars and now to be judging Miss Teen USA. You're obviously in a realm with all of your peers and age range. What is a piece of advice for these girls that are going to be thrown into a limelight position, very much like yourself, going into this new venture for them?
I think always just staying true to yourself. I think something I really wanted to make sure the year that I did a lot of things. A lot of things happened to me. I had to grow up a lot, but staying true to yourself, I think, is the biggest thing, and something that really helped me to stay confident and to just be able to do all the things that I was able to do. So these girls are all truly so amazing, and if they could just stay true to themselves and learn to love themselves, I think that's the best piece of advice I could give them.
This is your first venture into the pageant world.
Yeah.
What has been the most surprising, and what pieces of advice did you get from any of your friends that are in the pageant world?
I mean,
What the most surprising thing I think is all the extracurricular activities that these girls do on top of training and going to school. They're the president of school student council, and then they volunteer here, and I'm like, great, I can do one thing a day and then I need to sleep. So I'm very impressed, very inspired. And advice to any, I mean, I don't really know anyone in the pageant world. I watched Miss Universe and I sobbed watching it. And I just, with the interviews and just the job title of like what they have to do and how they have to represent themselves, and honestly just being a role model to other young women, I think is like what I look for. So anyone else that's judging, I'm like, look at that it person, the confidence, and just someone that's ready to take on that task, because being a role model to someone so young, I mean, it's a huge responsibility.
All right, 1, 2.